Hello guys. Good evening. Hey Makuito, bonsoir. Comment tu vas? Hop. Okay. I think everything's working properly. I know I always say that when I start a stream, but just wanted to make sure, you know. How are you guys? We're gonna start with a pot. Because I wasn't gonna do this today, but... Oh wait, that's the wrong mold. I'm glad I noticed. I wasn't gonna do this today, but somebody just ordered a frog pot. A frog pot, an axolotl pot. So I'm gonna be doing that now. Hey Val, you and Teacup are on the road again? Whoa! What are you up to now? Do I remember the pumpkin? You improved it a bit, so you dared to post it on your Instagram. Oh, let's have a look. Makuito with a K. Let's see. Nice! It looks much better. It looks much more vibrant. Very nice. Yeah, I can tell you've improved the colors a lot. It looks really nice. Well done. Yeah. Okay, just give me a sec. I'm gonna get the proper mold because that's the wrong one. Oopsie. Nope. There we go. Yeah. Okay. That is definitely the one. It's a little bit dusty. I mean, I put my molds I put my molds in boxes when I'm not using them, so they don't get too bad, but this one's a little bit dusty. Oh well. That's not an issue. Heading back home since the housing paperwork process will take a few weeks. Ah, yeah, you're not gonna stay there a few weeks. That makes sense. Merci. Ah, trop bien. Hey, Jum, how are you doing? Oh, guys, if you haven't seen Jum's stream, you need to go. You need to go follow now. Jum is amazing. Lots of comics about hot dogs and aliens and beautiful, beautiful paintings. Please do yourself a favor and have a look, because it's amazing. It's my new favorite stream. Seriously. I am not even joking. So good. Okay, I think that's about right. Doesn't matter if it's not perfectly aligned, because that's gonna get sanded anyway. No big deal. So no worries. So what are you watching me doing now? Okay, so we're gonna be doing an axolotl plant pot. One of these. That's mine. One of these, except it will be painted and everything, because I just got an order. So that's not what I was doing, what I was thinking I would do today. But this is what I have to do now. Plans have changed. That is freaking adorable. Oh, thank you. Let me show you painted what it looks like. If I can find the picture. There you go. That is the picture. There you go. So we're doing one of them blue ones there. It is the gray one that I have to do. Just give me... Just double checking, because you never know. I think it is. Hey Desha, good afternoon. You like how my style translates so well in so many art forms? Oh, thank you very much. That's very nice of you to say. Let's see. Orders. You can't see my phone from here. No, you can't. What? Slate gray. Nice. Okay, that's the one. It's going to Australia. That's so freaking cool. It still amazes me that people in the US, especially, and in Australia and like places like that, do get orders from me, because the postage fees are so expensive. It's really bad. I wish they weren't that high, but the good thing with I've set up a Printful account for my website. So like it's merch, but it's fulfilled like by factories all over the world. So if you order from some place, oh hello, focus, camera, focus. Never mind. If you order, for example, in North America, you're gonna get a factory that's close by. So there's gonna be less issues with postage. At least postage will be less expensive for those items, because they'll be fulfilled like closer to you. That focus is annoying. Oh, it's a default to autofocus. There we go. That's nicer. Little did she know, yeah, I can read her phone in the reflection of her glasses. Oh no! USA! USA! Hey, Sergeant, you just got here and people are shouting and chanting USA without me. Yeah, we were just saying that I'm gonna have some merch on my website soon, fulfilled by a company called Printful. And there are factories all over the world, so if you order from, like, if you order one of those things, it will get fulfilled by them, not by me, but it will be closer, so less postage. Nice. That's it. How you doing, Sergeant? Let's see. Planters, there we go. So axolotl is 185.74. Okay. I have my measurements. Yeehaw! I might need some more of that soon if I keep getting orders for frogs and planters. Didn't realize I didn't have that much left. Oop. Let's bake a cake! Hey, Helvetica! Afternoon! What? Eh! Just flour. Flour and milk. Honestly, cooking streams. I'm not a super good cook, but I can cook. Kinda. When I put my mind into it. Hell yeah! Hello. 185. 7. Ah. There you go. I love the USA people, they buy your art. Nice. Do you get a lot of altar work sold to the US? Hey, username, what's up? There, got it. It's got a child safety. It's yeah, a child safety for me. 80% of your customers are USA. Ah, nice. Hey, Darkest, how you doing? How is you? I'm doing great, thank you. There's plenty of things to do. I'm kind of chewing more, taking on more than I can chew at the minute, but that's fine. I'll manage somehow. Haha. 74 it was. E? E? There we go, perfect. I seem to really love customizing and slash art slash creativity. Nice, yeah. For some reason I don't have too many UK customers. I think it's because of Twitch, really. Honestly, most of the people who buy my art is like you guys. Let's see, you're doing fine, at least way better than the last 3 weeks. That's really good. Currently relaxing and this weekend preparing a bit to go on a 3-day holiday on Monday for your birthday. Nice! Where are you going? That's so cool. I'm really happy to hear you're doing great. In EU, the mentality is more focused on value? You think so? At least in the Netherlands, a lot of people around you are kind of like, why would I buy a painting? I could get something more useful. I know, I completely understand. Why is it crusty? Ugh. Okay, this is the tricky part because I never know how much to put, so... That's why they're all slightly different. 0.5 grams of pigment. Okay, okay, okay. Let's see. 2 drops. 3 drops. Ah! 4 drops. I don't know if that's too much or what. We'll see. We'll see. I never know how much to put. You're going to the border with Germany to visit the city of Aachen for a day and staying in an Airbnb on the border. Nice. That's so cool. Sounds like a nice day out. 3 days. Alright, let's see. Let's whisk that goop. I don't want to mix it too well. Because I like the pots to look a little bit like not very uniform. I like when they have sort of like a how do you say, like a not pattern but some variation in the color. So like for this one I tend not to mix it too well. I tend to leave some clumps so that it kind of looks a bit variegated, like the skin of the animal, if that makes sense. If it's too smooth, it's... I don't know, not very interesting maybe. Let's see. I think that will do. And now we pray that it's the right color. Fingers crossed. Kinda looks alright. I hope it's mixed well enough. Like it's a thin line between having the color mixed throughout and having some clumps. This is why the white ones are so much easier to make. Bless you. The cheese be like, I don't buy art, but I can get it for free. Really? For free? There's free art in Dutchland? Okay, give me a sec there, guys. Right. Let's mix a little bit more though. Don't want any streaks in the color. We'll see. We'll just have to pray that it comes out correctly. That's the only thing with those. You took your friends so many times to art galleries and they always say that. Say what? They see modern art. I could do that, but it's so expensive. Ah, I know. It's the thing. I think abstract art is the most difficult. I think people don't realize how difficult abstract art is. Num 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 num. It's a tricky part. Let's see if I can read the chat while I do this. You hear that so much. When you did abstract paintings, a lot of people said, "Why so expensive? I can make myself for the money. Look, good luck with that." Yeah. You need the knowledge of color and all that stuff. It's not as easy as people think. Color and composition, and it's really difficult. Most houses in Netherlands have IKEA paintings hanging on their walls. Really? I think IKEA is really popular in France as well. I hope the color's fine. There you go. I don't want to fill it too much because I don't want to sand too much. Maybe I should take some out actually. Yeah. There you go. How about this? IKEA is real art, you know, very expensive and unique, exactly. And rich people that can afford art will buy paintings because it fits with the furniture. Abstract art is organized chaos, right? It makes sense. It's just really difficult to make. What is this pour for? Oh, Desha, I'm making an axolotl planter because I just got an order for it, so it's not exactly what I had planned for today, but we're gonna do that as well. IKEA is global, it's massive. They were pretty bad during the war. Just saying, oh yes, I've heard stories. I don't remember exactly, but there is this channel, this French guy who does, he talks about marketing and stuff like that. And he did the whole story about IKEA, it was really interesting. How many times can you use a mold? I don't know, it depends probably it depends also how well you treat your mold. But mine, I think this one must have been used maybe 10 times already. a good 10 times. I think 50. I've heard people say 50. I guess it depends, like, if you have an opening in it or not. What kind of things you put in it. If it's resin, if it's another material. Planter! How nice do you treat mirror molds? Do you read bedtime stories? Sometimes I sing to them. It's like your plants, you know? There's black pigment everywhere on my table now. Never mind. I'll clean it again. It's not really a table. You can see it from here. It's a plank, right? It's a nice looking plank that I use for streams. There you go. And up there I have one of these cutting mats as well. And there you go. Now I just have to wait for it to do its thing. Singing a lullaby. What kind of songs do I sing? You think your plants like jazz? Drama, I've seen in your background you have a beautiful monstera. It's huge. Like mine is on that side. It's not as big as yours, but it's pretty. It's like this, like this, more or less. I prefer metal for my mold. I don't know how to scream though. I think I would hurt myself if I tried it. He's going nuts. Your plant is like, I'm going all directions, but not up. Have you tried? I think some people are putting like moss poles, and they tie up the plants to the moss pole, and eventually the roots kind of grow into it. I've heard people do that. But yeah, mine is the same. It's like, you know, I'll just stretch left and right. I'm just gonna put you here. There you go. Hopefully that's flat enough. Should be fine though. Looks flat. Looks flat to me. Alright, I'm gonna free up some space. I'm gonna do a painting, and then when the painting is done, we'll unmold this and paint it. Good stuff. This is my water pot. It's very nice. It has a space for... Oh, it's the wrong way around now, actually. It has a space for dirty water and a space for clean water. It's pretty good. Also has a space for brushes. There you go. Palette. And a piece of paper here. First, I think I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. I mean, I could just wash them in the pot of water, to be fair. Oh yeah. Right. If your plant feels like the way you stretch right now, then you're not gonna tie it up to a pole. Leave it free. Oh, that's good. It's really nice. And like I was gonna say on stream the other day, but from what I can see from your interior, I really like the way your house is laid out. I love the like that there's a stair that goes down. I think that's really cool. My house is all flat. Let's see. I'm gonna change this again. Yup. Looks like plenty of light as well. Looks really nice. Interior is all your girlfriend's doing? Oh, really? Is she a designer or something? Or does she just have an eye for it? I mean, just... You know what I mean. Okay. Also, something pretty exciting. I actually sent the washi tape design to a manufacturer, so that should be happening soon. I should have some Beetle washi tape to use for my paintings. I'm really excited. I'm gonna put it everywhere. Where is the opening for this? Hello? Oh, it's here. Wait, stairs go down? You only thought they went up. Now you're just confusing me. What are stairs supposed to be doing? Yonk. She has an eye? Nice. Yeah, I'm not really good with design either. Interior design. If it were just you, there would be stuff everywhere. Yeah. I would love to have like a messy corner. Well, I used to think I wanted one. But now I actually try to keep the place clean. And it does make a difference when I come into the studio, you know, it's just a spare room. It's not really an art studio, but like studio slash office. When I come into here, I like it when it's clean, because then I feel like I can be more productive in a way. I'm talking about interior design. My brother is an actual interior designer. He actually, at the minute, I don't know if his contract is finished or something. But so I don't know exactly what's happening like right now. But as of last month, he was working for IKEA. So there you go. Everything makes sense. Everything is connected. Oh, I thought earlier about a soundtrack I wanted to put in the playlist, but now I forgot. Soundtrack... It was something. I don't remember which one it was supposed to be. Boo, IKEA, boo! Do have nice mattress. Neverhood soundtrack? Is it like a relaxing game? That's what I'm looking for. Relaxing game soundtracks. You have a messy corner and your girlfriend always gets angry when your corner is slowly growing. What's Neverhood? Very relaxing. I don't like that emote, John. Neverhood. Doesn't say anything there. Oh, there we go. Oh, hello? Oh, it's not available. Oh. It's not on Spotify. It's like gypsy music, maybe that one guy. Oh. I think there is this one called A Short Hike as well that I saw recently. Because now Spotify is recommending me stuff. Spotify is not recommending me too much metal anymore. It's recommending me a lot of game soundtracks. Because I haven't been listening to too much of my own music this year. But I do play music on stream, so a short hike. There you go. I want to put this. Let's see. Mark Sparling. People also like... Oh, Moonlighter. Moonlighter. Night in the Woods. Jim Guthrie. Kingdom 2 Oh, Kingdom 2 Crowns. Let's see. Let's put some more stuff in there. Kingdom. Let's put some more stuff in there. I think the Kingdom soundtrack is gonna be good. It's not updating the playlist. Hello? Pretty sure I put it on there. Wait, let me just restart Spotify. Ah, Jom, you don't know Helvetica. Helvetica is a regular around here. Ah. I'm very fond of your name. Why it's not in there? I don't get it. Is my playlist too long? Is Spotify going like, nope, you can't, it's too big. A short hike. Add to playlist. Was I adding it to the wrong playlist? I was! This is, that's why. And what was the other one? Kingdom? Oh, it's Toy Tree and Amos Roddy. Oh, nice. Okay. There we go. And we will be listening to that for now. Nice. Very fond of your name. Okay. So the prompt for this Landtober is... Oh. I made a mistake. It's just I have Jesmonite on my stream deck. It's annoying. I'll have to work on this later on. You will be away for a bit doing some chores and food and stuff. Nice. Enjoy the lurk. Enjoy your chores as much as possible. And we'll see you in a bit if you still want to be around. So this is gonna be Scary Swamp, the prompt. Let's see, do I have some spare paper to try and make some kind of planning? Lurking beep book. Okay, beep book. Here we go. Some spare paper. Insert nice response to artwork here. Ah, Ocean, hello, Spoopy Swamp. Yes, that's the idea for today. Fingers crossed. Oh. Spoopy Swamp. Okay. Let me Google pictures of swamp. Pinterest? Pinterest swamp? Ooh. Hi everyone, hope your day and night is going well. Yes, it's going really well at the minute. It's almost 8 p.m. here. It's 20 to 8. And yeah, everything's going great. There's a lot of stuff to do. Ooh, I like that. I think I could add some kind of skeleton in there. Oh, that's cool. I feel like there's a lot of ooh, that's disgusting. There's a lot of things like magic art in there, Magic the Gathering. A lot of digital painting. That's cool. I've already read that. I'm trying to reread the things. There you go. Those spooky trees. I think I can put like some skeleton here maybe. Been a while since I did that swamp magic altar. That was my last adventure into a swamp landscape. When I'm in Pinterest searching for one thing and get distracted and look at everything. Pinterest is the devil. I think something like that would be nice. Have some more trees here at the back. Some, like, this could be all of this could be water, and there could be like this little piece of land here with a skeleton. You're in a bit of a lurking mode. You need to do the dishes before you need to pick up your partner from work. They had a 12-hour work day today. Oh no, poor Willow. Oh man. I hope they're okay now. Well, hopefully they'll get some rest. That would be nice. Very nice of you to do the dishes before they get home. You know, I quite like this. I don't think I'm gonna do another thumbnail because I like the composition here. There's a foreground, a middle ground, a background. We can do some lily pads there. We can do a frog. because of course it's a swamp, there's gotta be frogs, right? Luckily free tomorrow. You're doing some clothing shopping together. Nice. Some winter stuff. I keep saying that I need some I need a fluffy sweater or something. I do have a lot of fluffy sweaters. This is pretty much all I own. Leggings, band merch, and fluffy sweaters. That's all I have. And I have a ton of these cheap hoodies. We must have like, I don't know, like 7 of them. It's that bad. Some of them are black, some of them are sort of like a dark blue. But we've got so many of those. It must seem like I'm always wearing the same the same one, but it's not. I just have a lot of them. Ah, the frog! Same. You bought a nice warm blanket last week, but you can't wear that outside. Oh, just wrap yourself in there, you know, make it a poncho. Just pretend it's a poncho. I'm not good at drawing skulls, so maybe I can just make a silly one, you know? Like a made-up one. I don't know. Let's see. I'm still gonna have a look at different animal skulls. Animal skulls. Oh, horns. Horns would be nice. Autumn and winter clothing, are you a weakness? I think it's yeah, it's the weather, isn't it? Like right now I have this urge to buy candles and sweaters and stuff like that. And tea. I haven't been buying anything though, I've been really good. But I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I will act on it, but I'm thinking about it. Cat skulls are crazy. They look like they would be something totally different. Not fuzzy, little cute things. It's so complex though. Oh no! I didn't realize I was on shuffle. I wanted to listen to the Kingdom soundtrack. So hard. It's like a thing here. And the nose is like here. I guess an overly simplified version of it. I think something like that would be nice, just like a simple version. And some horns. Maybe just simpler ones, like this. I'll try to do the curved ones. I'll try. It will be easier with paint than with pen, if that makes sense, because then I can just like draw the, you know, the thickness right away, and then add some shadow or whatever. I'm not really good with pen. Cute and spooky, not real and scary. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's meant to be a scary swamp, but it'll be not too scary. Just enough, just enough. There we go. Okay. These are really good. Kingdom is a very relaxed game when you're just like going around. It's not very relaxed when you're out, when you've got to fight against the monsters, but it doesn't happen too often. Well, it's, I feel like most of the game is just running around collecting money. I don't know if any of you guys have played Kingdom before. I forgot to do something. I forgot to see about the contrast, so I think the foreground, that's gonna be dark, right? And then there's gonna be a focal point here with like this, hopefully. Oh, should I make the skeleton light or dark, you think, guys? Because this is gonna be dark. The water is gonna be dark as well. Because it's a swamp, you know? So then do you think the background should be a little bit lighter with some light going on here? And then a skeleton could be white or like light color. Why a skeleton in the swamp? I don't know. I think it looks cool. Like mysterious or fantasy? Yeah. It's meant to be scary swamp. Don't know. Maybe I could add some little lights here and there. This is gonna be like the darkest bit for sure. Gonna be a weeping willow tree. More green than dried? Dried? Dried. I see what you mean, so less clean, more mossy. Yeah. I think you're right. You think desert for a skeleton rather than the swamp? Is there a desert prompt? Where's the thing? There is not. Let's see. Bewitched Bay, which is tomorrow's prompt. I'm already a little bit behind. But that's fine, because like the way it works is you have between. It's nice. There's enough days in between, you know, like between the 12th and the 15th, I can still do Scary Swamp. Maybe it's the entrance with the skeletons, like the heads. I don't know, I just think it would look cool. Has to be in your head, not in yours. Yeah. You got me thinking there, Helvetica. I'm just like, Plenty of skeletons in the swamp too, though. Hey, Saint! Afternoon! There's Bewitched Bay, Soulless Sea, Foggy Fjords, Bridge of Betrayals, Radioactive Ruins. And then Hideaway. Desert skeletons are pretty common, yeah. What Saint said. Oh well, I'm just gonna go with what I fancy doing. I'm pretty sure that some animals die in the swamp, so there's gotta be skeletons somewhere. You're saying you like the swamp idea? Okay. So green. There's gonna be a lot of green today, thank God. Because I've been doing... so far the paintings have been very like blue and purple and orange. Let me show you. That was Forgotten Forest, Pumpkin Peaks, and Mystic Meadow. So today is green. I get to indulge. A swamp is a place there would be skeletons for sure when you really think about it. Just many, you know, just a place overrun by plants. Everything's slowly eaten by plants. So good. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Ocean. Thank you. Is the soundtrack okay? Can you hear it? Can you hear the music? I know it's pretty atmospheric. Hey, Possum! There are plenty of skeletons in swamp, they just don't exist as long because they decay because of the dampness. Ah, yes. A dry weather preserves them better, which is why you see more. Ah, I could just make it like green and slimy. Hey, Jum. Hello again. Also, good evening. Evening, Possum. How you doing? How are you? How are things? Like a nice dark tree here. Let's see how are willows supposed to look like. Are they meant to... Let's see, weeping willows. I think the trees themselves are quite disgusting. I was gonna say, why? Quite delicate. The trunks. Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's too far. Slimy skeletons, very spooky. Jump random joke for attention. Again, guys, please have a look at Jum's channel because he is fan-freaking-tastic. And I can't wait to see another stream. Very spooky. I don't know if it's gonna be spooky. It's meant to be spooky, but I don't know how spooky I'm gonna manage to make it make sense. Oh no, now there's fluff all over. Never mind. Why did I do that? That's what makes it interesting. Something you don't see as much. Ah, let's see. I just think it would be a cool opportunity to make a cute skeleton thing. Meeting was cancelled. Was really hoping you didn't have to do that on the road. You were meant to have a meeting on the road. That's not good. Happy days. Okay. We get the idea. Thank you. So emotions overloading circuits. Did you make a story with robots yet? I feel like this should be a thing. Something like that. Have a fun stream. You need to leave now, otherwise you're too late. Oh no! See you later, Darkest. Take care. Take care. Possum things are good. You got pretty gold pretty fast, so you're under a blanket. Ooh, that sounds amazing. Yes, blanket weather. It's the same here. It's pretty cold in this room, so I have like I have a radiator on the side. That I turned it off now because you know, you can. It's one of those that get hot really quickly. So I literally only have to put it on for 5 minutes, and then the whole room is warm, which is great. You started a new hot dog comic. Ooh, another another hot dog comic. Nice. You didn't tell them you were still out of time and you work remotely for everything. Nice. That's good. I think this is too big. I think this is maybe too big compared to my sketch. And it was meant to be a little bit more in the background as well, not that close. There you go. I can just erase with water. It's practical. I love these crayons. I know I say that every time that I use them, but it's true. They're amazing. Fancy. Your hand always gets so cold drawing. You're thinking about starting to wear gloves while working. When I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, I was I was using fingerless gloves in this room, so I just thought I have a radiator, I should probably use it, maybe. You wish your house heated up that fast? Ah, I know. It's pretty bad here in winter because it's really badly insulated in the whole house. So I have this. It helps. I already read that. But you've got a big house as well, Helvetica. I'm guessing that doesn't help either. Your next hot dog comic would be kind of Lord of the Rings / Game of Thrones inspired. Oh my god, I want to see that. That sounds incredible. What's my... Where's my crayon? Don't know where I put it. Everybody you know lives in badly insulated houses as well as yourself, so are there even well insulated houses? I think it's a difficult breed of houses. Very elusive. Where did I put it? Did it fall here? Did you see where I put it? It's there. I got it. Yeah, it did indeed fall in between a few things. Yeah, it's, my house is that bad that the back door, right? The back door is so old that when you're standing inside the house, and you look at the door, you can see like the light of the outside. Like, you just like working when cold. You got a new wireless programmable thermostat. You can set the heat remotely with your phone. Nice. That sounds fancy and amazing. And you go a little bit smaller. Skeleton friend. How is the head meant to attach to the body, kind of thing? Let's see. Animal, skeleton. Ah, yes, a neck. I probably need a neck. Didn't think about that. Which is why it looked weird before. We'll just have to see. Now, I kind of want the horizon line to go behind the skeleton here. There's gonna be lily pads here with frogs. I don't know what to do with the background. So as of right now, you're about 50% done with closing on the house. It's getting so close. Oh my god! I didn't know it was so hard to buy a house. Man. Not looking forward to that. Swamp. Ooh, that looks nice. That kind of light. Like that golden light filtering through the trees. I like that. Still nervous, but it's looking really promising. Nice. Don't worry, it will go fine. Everything will be okay. Right. Let's get started. I don't know if I want to do gouache. Maybe I could do maybe I could start with gouache or watercolors and then do like some really thick acrylics on top. We'll see. Where's my watercolor palette? It's here. Not sure how difficult / different it is between US and UK. Yeah. No idea. I have no idea. Sounds like a difficult, stressful time though. Oh, you can see the brand of the paper. Because I buy them in really big sheets. So you can see it says Fabriano on top. I don't think you can see from where you are, but I can see it. have like 3 greens in this palette. I have 3 different green colors, 2 blues, 2 yellows, 2 reds, and the browns. Yay, green! I know. So you have bad news. Yesterday you finished the best painting ever made in the universe. There is no more need for painting for anyone. Mission complete. You finished the crab. Did you? That's not bad news at all. It's amazing. Are you able to show anything at the minute? Do you have a picture yet to show? Yeah, nice. For you, every state has its own thing to consider with taxes. Oh no. Oh no, that sounds like a bad time. In love with your crab, you can post in Discord. Oh, yes, please. I want to see it. If you don't mind. I'm not gonna force you, but... Please do share with us your beautiful crab. But now you want to see it too. Let's see. I'll show you on camera if I can. Oh my god, so many people are posting everything. Let's see. Oh my god. It's so good. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit to show you. It's amazing. I love what you did with the background as well, the little birds and everything. That's so amazing. What? He's a good boy. He's a good crabby boy. Oh, nice. I love the mountains. Really nice. Sorry. You're my new favorite person on Twitch. You also posted in reference photos some of the mountain peaks you passed this morning. Oh, thank you. Let's see. So nice. That is so pretty. Lovely lights. I love the like the almost peach colors on top. Very pretty. I miss mountains. It's not gonna get better than this. Yeah, the mountains. You're super happy with them? Yeah. You can be. You should be. They look like just like the right mixture between realistic and cartoony in a good way, if that makes sense. Let's see. I also did a crab painting at some point, actually. There's somewhere. Little crab. There he is. Little crab. It's cute. Yeah. Their mouth parts are weird, so I just did like a a Morty mouth. Ooh. That's a scary soundtrack. Scary track. Just so, does the hairdryer have eyes? Yes! He does. Ling 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 ling. It entertains me when I'm working. I'm glad you like it. I mean, my tree was meant to be a lot bigger. I know it's not really what willow trees look like. I can just pretend it's a very old willow tree. Just for the sake of composition. Or I can also pretend it's a totally different tree species. Okay. Okay. I think this brush would be good for trees in the background. It's a little bit it's very random, this brush. I really like the golden shades of this paint. Pretty pretty. I don't even remember which color it is, but it's a Daniel Smith paint. It's a fancy, the fancy ones. I think this one is made of like ground stone as well. It's one of the expensive colors, but the shade is very nice. And it has lovely granulation when it dries as well. Which brand of paint is this? It's Daniel Smith. It's watercolors. Very fancy, fancy brand. Oh yeah. It looks like Winsor and Newton. Oh, because you have a Winsor and Newton and it sucks. Boycott them. Oh, I don't like them too much either. It's I don't use watercolor very often. I use gouache a lot. I use a lot of Holbein gouache, so I have the acrylic gouache version and I have the regular gouache as well. I love Holbein. I love Caran d'Ache as well. They make really great stuff. You love the blue? You do? Huh. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this color exactly. It's gonna be darker probably. You have a Daleroni and it's pretty good. In watercolors. Oh. This soundtrack is perfect. Perfect for the scary swamp. Don't know really, you're such an art idiot, you buy the second cheapest usually. That's good. You don't need fancy supplies to be a good artist. It makes it easier, I think, when you've got good stuff. It makes it easier once you know your way around, but if you're a beginner, it doesn't make a difference. Be right back, someone forgot going shopping. Oh no! Take care, Ocean. Ocean! Enjoy. Enjoy the shopping. Whoops. That way we can build it up nicely. feel like this area is gonna be dark as well, the little island thing. It's not really an island, it's just the coast, I guess. Oh, so atmospheric. I love it. The music. It's perfect. Ooh. Oh, it's almost done already? Should I put also Kingdom 2 Crowns? I think it's called, is it the other one? Or Kingdom New Lands and Kingdom 2 Crowns. They're also good. An error happened. Why? Is my playlist too big? Let's see. It didn't work. Alright, let's try again. Hello! I never know how to pronounce your username. Viginti quattro punctata? I'm guessing it's an animal or a plant or something. Ah, there we go. That worked. Good. Kingdom 2 Crowns. Oh, there's a lot there. Nice. Lovely. You're Mr. Doctor, right? Let's see. You never understood why you were banned, given that you have not violated the rules of the channel. Okay. Let me explain to you why. Because you made me uncomfortable when you told me that. I know you said that as a joke, right? But when you said that it was easy to find out where I lived and stuff like that, it's not funny. It's not a joke. It's not something that should be mentioned on stream. And I just don't feel comfortable you being here, that's all. Saint, do you wanna do the honors? you have not disclosed any information, it doesn't matter. Just don't mention it. It's not something it's not nice. Because when you're streaming, you're already like putting yourself in a position that's vulnerable in a way. You know what I mean? You come on and you hear a thing that does not sound PogChamp. No, it is not PogChamp. Hey Mode. What's up? So does that want to work or not? Oh man. Oops. There we go. So sorry I have to deal with that, Zoe. Yeah, I am sorry too. I'm sorry too. It was not a fun time when that happened. And I don't think just the fact that this person didn't understand why it was an issue is even more of a problem, I think. So, yeah. Not good. I don't like doing this, you know. This is a lovely chill stream, and stuff like that is not fun. But it's gotta happen, you know. We've gotta keep the vibe alive, you know. Alright, listen to this now. A big fat Rottweiler noses your leg anytime you stop petting her. Oh, so cute! What's her name? Gentle Giants. Oops. You love the colors on this. It's an unusual swamp palette, which makes it even more interesting. It's I really like this photo that I saw. Alright, I showed it before, but this picture, and I love the golden light coming through the trees. I really like it. So it kind of looks like the same sort of contrast that I did in this one, I guess. It's a different. It's not so scary right now, but hopefully we can make it better. Drama, short for Andromeda. Ooh, that's cute. Drama the Rottweiler. Everything okay at work, Mode? No problems with the doggos. Cool. Doot, 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 doot. Okay. Okay, I think we are getting there. I think I'm gonna take a couple of minutes because I do need to go to the toilet and I need to get a drink and all that stuff. So I'm gonna take a few minutes also to calm down a little bit, stop shaking. Oops, that was my camera. And I'll be back. And also an opportunity for this to dry. Perfect. Doggy Base started causing havoc for your coworkers anytime you would walk by because she wanted to play with you. Oh, that's so cute. I love that. Let me see if I can put this somewhere for the BRB screen. You're liking this? Nice, Viper. How you doing? I'm just gonna go for a short break right now, but I'll be right back. There we go, that looks nice. Oops. I'll be 2-3 minutes, won't be long. I am back. Oh, there we go. I have to turn on the other things as well. It already looks great in your opinion. Oh, thank you, Viper. That's lovely, lovely of you to say. I've got some snacks. I'm gonna open some snacks. Wait, I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna mute while I eat some snacks. I've got Doritos. Not very healthy snack, but it's nice. No, Viper! Shaming me for eating snack! Never! Hey, Lindashi! How you doing? It's good to see you. What? Internally screaming. Why? Why? What happened? Fine. What? What? But you're very contradictory. Blue green. I don't know if I want to do a purple actually. No, maybe not. Maybe not. That poor brown gouache. It's all flaky. Perhaps it was fine internal screaming, maybe. Just work nightmare trying to set up the game folders right and starting over 15 times. Imagine when it's 150 gigabytes you need to download over and over and over. Oh, what? That does not sound very fun. Are you getting there? What time is it? Well, it's late now. You stopped working, right? I hope so. Oops. Oops. Sorry. Does that look like? Is that in right? Right? Maybe? You stopped an hour ago? What? No, don't say that. Oh my god. So you thought, hey, Zoe's around, let's chill. Yes, perfect. Welcome, welcome to my lair. You stopped petting this brown dog for 2 seconds to get hair out of your eye. Open your eyes and all you see is brown. Oh, sounds like the best job ever. Petting dogs all day. Do you ever get bitten, by the way, Maud? Is that an issue? Perhaps the stream will help with that? Yeah, the work failed mine, that is. Yeah, I hope so. You like painting? Is this going to be creepy marsh or scary swamp? Very close. Let's see. And also we've got this to finish and to paint. I hope it looks fine. It's still hot, so I can tell that it's not quite cured yet. It's still warm, the mold, so it's still doing its thing. Gotta wait a little bit more. All the time, but so far no serious bite. Oh no. Babies. I feel like this has gotta be like almost solid color, like solid black. Or like really dark green or really dark blue. And yeah, and we're listening to the Kingdom series soundtracks. Kingdom Two Crowns, Kingdom New Lands, and Kingdom First of Its Name. And it's lovely and chill and also a little bit creepy at times. Reminds you a bit of the swamps in Valheim. They're scary and full of yellow fog and acid water. Oh, is Valheim nice? Because I hear about it all the time. Talking about games, Jeffrey is very busy right now. He's playing Jurassic World Evolution that I got for him today. And now I'm thinking like it's the best money I ever spent on a game because he's been playing that for like for 5 hours non-stop and he's like, look, the dinosaurs. Yeah. I love it. You love that game? Addictive but stressful? Stressful... Valheim. You forgive the doggies for their bites, they're just scared and usually don't actually want to harm you, except the one that do want to harm you, those ones go in the trash. Oh no. Yeah, scared little doggos. That's kind of why I do it all at home now, because I know that Sammy will feel better. Because they were always pretty scared of the groomers. We do it all in-house now. Literally. In the house. Oh my god, the soundtrack is fantastic. Stressful Kingdom. Ah, yes. Jurassic Park, you really liked it? You finished it? You know people who worked on it too? Nice! The Jurassic World Evolution one. There's a second one coming as well, I think. But this morning I was watching a stream. You know Karim Debache? You probably know him. Linda Shi. I was watching like old streams from 2018. And he was playing that game and I was like, oh my god, that's the perfect game for Jeffrey. This is going really well. It's less cartoony than the previous ones so far. But I'm pretty sure we can add some cartoony elements. You always see Karim in other people's videos, you never watch his channel? He hasn't streamed since like June. I just found some old VODs on YouTube and I was like, yeah, I wonder why I never caught one of his streams, and I was like, ah, that's why. Oh. But yeah. Karin Debache, for those of you who are not French, is a guy who does videos along with other people, but he's kind of like sort of like the main host. He did a series of videos about movies adapted from video games, and there's another series about is Chroma just movies in general? Yeah, Chroma is just about cinematography and stuff like that. But it's really, really well done, really funny. I love the guy. Super nice. He streams as well, but I mean, streamed? I don't know. Now I'm definitely gonna be on the lookout for more because I love this. So funny. Oh, Linda Shi, you've got. I don't know if you watch a lot of French streamers, but you've got to see. There's a video, like an edit that's been made of one of their Sea of Thieves stream. Was Antoine Daniel, JDG, Seb, and Karim. It's so funny. Nothing goes right. Everything they went through. Ah, hello again, Jam. How was your chores? You saw it? It's hilarious. Man, I love it. You finished like half of them? Ah, you just came to check the progress on the painting. This is what we have so far. I like it. I want to add some nice solid things as well. So right now, because I've been using watercolors, it's very loose. There's a lot of color variation. I'm gonna be careful not to lose everything though, like all the nice trees and stuff. That edge I really like as well. But I do want to add some thick paint on top of that, maybe. Oddly Beetle-related Valheim anecdote. Beetle? It became a running gag in another stream to call some of the Valheim enemies Volkswagens because their eyes glow like headlights. What had to be there? Oh. It's become a little bit like an inside joke. Very nice art. Beep boop, beep boop. This one was meant to be a weeping willow, but now I'm not sure. Let's see something. I don't know how to do the texture of the leaves. Weeping willow. I could make it cartoony, I guess, or I could just make it so there's a lot of layers going on. It's so interesting the way the colors layer. It's so cool, and the variations, pretty. Now it's a sitting willow. Why? Why? What do you mean? I guess I could make it like... Okay, I'm gonna darken the trunk a little bit more before. Ugh. I quite like that the angle is wide enough today so that you can actually see the color mixing as well. I think it's a fun part to watch. Oh, this. I can see something with my hand. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully that dries dark enough. You never know what it's gonna be with gouache. Always dries a different color. Yeah. Of course. Don't touch drying paint. Oop. I almost made a mistake there. That was close. I could see my my brush with a very dark color swinging very dangerously close to that clear water there. Well, it's not 100% dry, but that will do for now. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay. I feel like it's gonna have to be sort of in the same. It should be dark as well, right? The leaves. Maybe. Nice dark green. How sticky and tough is washi tape, by the way? It's sort of like thin and papery. It's not super sticky. It's removable. So that's good for paintings because then, I mean, it's sticky enough for it to stay put when you paint, but then when you take it off, it doesn't harm the paper. But yeah, it's like a paper tape. Let's see. There. See? It's fairly transparent. You can kind of see behind. I would say I guess it depends on the manufacturer as well, but it's I like it. Yeah, it's not super sticky or super strong, but it does the job. It's a little bit like a thinner masking tape, I guess. I mentioned at the beginning of stream, but my custom washi tape design has been sent and approved by the manufacturer, and an invoice has been paid. So soon we will have some Beetle washi tape on our hands. I'm excited. You've seen another streamer use pattern in the washi tapes in their illustrations, and it just made you wonder about it. There's this person called Shardula on Instagram. She's super freaking amazing, and she does like resin and washi tape art. Resin washi tape paint she uses. Shardula. Like this. And she is bloody amazing. Don't know if you can see this really well, but it's all layered. It's all layered between like resin and there's paint, but she also uses like some patterns from washi tapes. So good. Let's see if I can find the. Look, like she cuts out teeny tiny pieces of tape. Can you see the blade? And she uses like shiny tape and motifs, and she's fantastic. Look. She cuts out the tiny stars from the washi tape. And then she uses them in her art. Yeah. So good. Putting it on there. That must take ages and ages to make. The streamer you're talking about also does resin bowls where you think she also uses washi tape for effects. Maybe probably very similar techniques to that person. Nice. Do you have the name? of the streamer in question. I would love to check it out. Don't know if I'm ruining anything there. Hopefully it's fine. The one with bear. Ah, okay. Thank you. The one. Steady hand. Right. Should I do a thingy like this as well? I think that would be nice to frame in the painting. Oh. Right. Oh. Maybe I shouldn't have. Never mind. That's done. It's too thick here. Ah well. You tend not to name other streamers unless someone asks, since some streamers don't like that. That makes sense, yeah. We're very much into sharing here, so if you ever want to mention anyone, you have the green light. I love discovering new people. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Can't take it off now, it's too dark. It's okay, it's fine. Yay. It was because it got too thick when I got there. It doesn't look like a liana or anything. It looks like a thick something. I mean, it's not too bad. Maybe I'm overthinking it. It looks cool though, you think? Thank you. There you go. A little bit thinner like that is kind of what I wanted, but... That's fine. I can't really resist doing little bow shapes. Ooh. What time is it? Okay, we started this painting maybe an hour and a half ago. Is this dry or not? Feels dry. Not quite. Hello. It's not quite dry. I don't wanna risk it. I did just put my hand in the paint. This can be dangerous because if I put my hand on top here, it's not good. What? Okay. Let me look up the one with bear. I want to see. The one with bear. Oh wow, that looks amazing. Definitely a follow from me. God, this soundtrack is freaking amazing. I love it. I don't know if you can hear properly. Let me put it up just a little bit for you. There you go. Is that too loud? She hasn't made a resin bowl in a while, but they're pretty cool. She paints and tapes between resin layers to make a 3D effect. Yeah. So a little bit like Shardula. Oh, cool. I want another snack. She does that too. Shardula's work is not really bowls, it's like dishes almost. Like she has those can you see it from here? It's like a wood board. How cool is that, please? It's so magical. It's so beautiful and kind of... Yeah, so it's like wood panels that she uses. Oh, you like it, Deisha? Amazing. I think her paintings probably cost the same as maybe a small car. So worth it though. Not my name, bitch. Welcome. Welcome. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I don't know what else to work on now. Maybe we could do some lily pads. You were referring to the swamp filling piece? Oh, nice! I'm glad you like it. I think that maybe I will sort of tweak this, tweak the thickness of that line here on Photoshop. I might kind of shrink it. Tak, thank you, danke, gracias, nice. All of them, all of them languages. And you forgot my own language, which is merci. That's a lovely painting. Oh, thank you, I'm glad you like it. It's in the, maybe like early stages. I don't even know exactly what we're gonna do to make it work, but the idea is we're gonna put like a skeleton on this area here. And yeah. Don't know how it's gonna end up. We're doing a series for Inktober. It's called Landtober. And we did, see, is this dry? I think it's dry. There's Forgotten Forest, Pumpkin Peaks, and Mystic Meadow. I always forget this one. With frogs. And so this is the fourth painting. You know, merci is merci, but you were not taught French in school, only German and English. Yeah. So where are you from, Bish? Denmark. Ooh, nice. I don't think we have any Danes in the chat. But a Finnish person. Imagine being from Denmark. Terminator, are you Dane as well? Oh my god. We've got someone from Norway, I think, also. Octogears from Norway. We've got a few people from the Netherlands. You like the otherworldly feel of the pale meadow. Yeah, thank you. I love the texture on it. I'm quite happy with the, you know, it's very, you can touch it. It has a lot of thick paint. It's fun. You're not just a Dane, you're a proud Dane. Ooh. I will be very careful not to say anything about the Danes then. Not that I have anything bad to say about anyone. At least not Swedish. Why? What's wrong with the Swedes? Well, they are Swedes, that's all there is to say. Okay, it's fair enough. I know a little bit of German, but I'm not fluent whatsoever. I know just a little bit. And I am fluent in French and Spanish as well. And I want to learn more languages. Languages are so fun. Woody hands. Oh, you think? Thank you. I did those, I think, a couple days ago. Yeah, it's got some little, like this one. I like this one. It's shiny. Has some glitter in it. It's a sibling thing between all of the Nordics. I see. It's kind of the same. There was a joke. A joke. Someone told me who was from. We have two regions called Alsace and Lorraine, and they're sort of like the Germanic regions of France because they've been annexed by Germany. They've been part of Germany for a while, part of France for a while. So they've got a dialect and everything. So it was like a silly joke, something. It was something along the lines of, why do people from Lorraine have big ears? And the answer was because when they're kids, you kind of lift them by the ears to look across the mountains and go like, look how it's pretty on the other side. Silly. Have pretty fingers. Oh, thank you. Yours like children's hands, unless you have 2-inch claws. Ah, no, I can't wear very long nails. I think this is like as long as it gets, probably. Terminator. So you didn't respond when you followed me, or was it you were the dead tired bear? Honestly, don't worry about it. Everyone's got things to do, and I'm not worried at all if anyone follows or if I ask a question and people don't answer. I just, it happens. Do your thing. I think we come a lot of the same places. I clearly have a good taste in art. Oh, my favorite emote at the minute is this one. It's the best. I feel like everyone knows everyone anyway on the Twitch art channel things. All the things, all the friends. Okay. What to do? Sketching out that skeleton here. Huh. I might have it face the other way around. Because the issue that I have right now is that with this, I made a shape like this. And the skeleton is also meant to have a shape like this. So if I put those two shapes together... Oh, Koala, hey! Thank you for the host. Thank you. I hope you're okay. Maybe we're just both nerds who spend way too much time on Twitch Creative. Maybe. The Twitch art community is very interconnected. It really is. Everyone knows everyone. And like, from raid to raid, you always get to meet new people and like, oh, you know that person? Oh yeah, me too. And yeah. Anyway. Speaking of which, Koala here is another amazing artist. Welcome. So yeah, in terms of composition, what I've done doesn't work because it was meant to be a slope shape like this, and then I kind of forgot. I forgot that the skeleton was meant to be on there. So what I could do, what I could do is to make it so that this is the foreground and not the other way around. That makes sense. Even though I really like this here, I don't know. Huh, shame. Just lurking today. This looks good though. Thank you. Enjoy. We have some very, very chill music in the background. It's the Kingdom game series. Very nice. Okay, let's see. See if that makes sense. If I have it go into this direction. I think that's gonna work a little bit better. Originally, in my sketch, I was gonna have it like on top of the horizon line. So I think this is a shame that I don't think it's gonna happen unless I make it a little bit bigger, but still thinking. I'm thinking out loud here. And Lurk! Hi, you're back with some coffee. It's coming together. Oh, I hope so. Welcome back. Coffee is nice. Well, so I've heard. I don't really like coffee, but I understand the appeal. Whoop. It's more work to make it good than tea? You don't understand that? You think so? Oh, I do spend a lot of time. I do spend a lot of time to perfect my tea making. Like, matcha tea is hard. Well, not hard, but it takes a little bit of effort. And I prefer loose leaf than tea bags, and I kind of pay attention to the what's the word I'm looking for? I pay attention to temperature as well, because certain teas have to be at certain temperatures, certain brew times. May you ask what cam I'm using for art? It's a GoPro. It's a GoPro 8. I've only just changed it. I've only just upgraded my two cameras, like even my face cam. I changed from the beloved C920 to Brio. And I upgraded. Yeah. The only thing is that there's less control. Like, I'm not so sure how I can control the white balance. That's the only thing. But the one thing I've noticed is that since it's a little bit more automatic, like it gives you a better image sort of like out of the box. I don't have to worry too much if there's a lot of light changes, so I can stream better at in the daytime. I don't have to change so much the settings. Have I ever taken that much time and effort and made coffee that way? I don't make coffee, so I don't know. You were hoping for something cheaper. The quality is good. Ah, thank you. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you think so. I'm glad you noticed. The only thing it doesn't really have autofocus. Well, the close-up focus is not that good. It's not gonna focus because it's not meant to be a short range cameras. They have no need for focus that way. You think they are alike and you like tea? Good coffee doesn't need sugar, you believe though? I don't know. Maybe. I'm not a coffee person. Maybe some people will agree. I know that Possum drinks a lot of coffee. Personally, you're not a fan of autofocus? Yeah, you don't want it jumping around. But yeah, look, even this webcam now, it's 1080p. And you can see my green screen in the corner. You meant as tea? You don't put sugar in tea? I put very little sugar in tea now. I used to put a lot more. I understand. The nice thing also with the GoPro, it's I can do this. Ta-ta! And now you can see everything. My whole messy desk. That's pretty cool. Pretty useful when I want to show more things and I don't want to move the camera. Also, I think it has to be dirty on one corner. I don't know. How do you unfisheye it? Well, those ones, basically the new... Oh man. Where is it that I'm going with this? Like the 8, the 9 and the 10, they have a webcam mode, so you can, it's like plug and play, and there's a tool you can use on your desktop to change the field of view. Yeah. So I can make it closer as well. But I like that you can see the rest of the desk. Yoink. So this is linear mode, so there's no fisheye effect. You're kind of sensible to taste, like you can tell the different kinds of water or detergent left on plates. Whoa. I don't know. I was gonna say that must be nice, but overly sensitive is also not a great thing, I guess, maybe. You always drink it black and without sugar when you make your own. But you also grind the beans fresh and do a pour over twice and push it like that. Oh, nice! Nope, it sucks. No. Let's see. I need to try this again. That's the thing with watercolor, lots of layers. Ah. I watched a cool movie yesterday. It was called The Color Out of Space. It was weird, but pretty nice. And also, I think that they blew up the budget with pink lights. More pink lights! We need more pink lights! Cool, you're asking since you used to stream digital, but now you mostly just do traditional. So you have to find a cam so you can make your epic return to Twitch. Ah, yes, please. Did I feel the C920 distorted the picture a lot? No, the C920 is actually a decent camera. It's I used it for a very long time. Not for the art cam though. I've used the Razer Kaio for about 2 years, but I don't recommend it. The colors aren't correct at all. That's why I changed mostly. But there's a ring light, I guess, if you stream in low light, but I don't really recommend it. The colors aren't true to life. The C920 is good. It's a good entry level. A lot of people use it. I had it for my face for the longest time. Stream updates are very recent here. I upgraded not too long ago my microphone as well. It's like it's a slow thing. I didn't upgrade everything at once. Either done digital or by hand, needs layers. Yeah, I don't use a lot of layers in digital, but I've been learning to use them a little bit more. It's just convenient, isn't it? Hey, HP Lovecraft, yes! You haven't seen the film yet, you know the short story though? Read the story, seen the movie, yeah? I also we also on that same day watched the documentary about Lovecraft. I think it was it must have been in the 90s or something, because Guillermo del Toro looks very young in that documentary. It was nice. It makes me want to read the books. the stories and everything. I know I will love it. I just haven't done it yet. Many don't realize you can easily use a phone for streaming too. Yes, actually a lot of people recommend like iPhone and Samsung cameras. A lot of people do that, and it's really nice quality as well. You're very, very, very correct, Saint. Very correct. You found a nice super chill artist on Spotify. I don't know if it would be a stream thing, but maybe I'd like the music in general. Oh, what's the artist? Send it my way. Helped a couple of people set up secondary cameras using their extra cell phone. Yeah, there are the brands that work well for it too. Yeah, it's the thing that I see mentioned a lot of the time. You know, people say iPhones because I guess it's sort of like the default. And they have good quality cameras, I guess. I can't use my phone camera for anything now because it gets blurry for some reason, like it doesn't focus properly. So when I want to take pictures, I borrow Jeffrey's phone now. The artist name is Kupla. Here, the Spotify link. I'm not gonna open it directly on my browser because I'm not logged in on this browser, but I will have a look on here. Kupla. Oh, nice. I will follow. The... What's it called? The album covers look really nice. That looks super pretty. Thank you. One can even film movies and music videos with phones these days, yeah. People mention the most popular without realizing those same cameras, hardware, are in other brands. That's true. It's chill drawing music in the same vein as my playlist. Oh. I'm so happy you guys are enjoying all this. Thank you. Thank you for being here, as always. Maybe if I hide it with the spine. Kupla, that means bubble in Finnish. Ah! It's also what you call Volkswagen Beetle here, not coincidence. Wow, I tell you, everything is connected. How dare you be grateful? What? Your problem with using your phone is that your computer can't keep up with the mirroring the phone or iPad screen? Mirroring. You mean using the... using like an... oh, what's it called? You can stream... you can stream it through Wi-Fi, I think, and then... I don't know exactly how it works, but I've heard it's not very complicated. Like duplicating, so phone or iPad streams to PC? Yes. And then put it on OBS. And your computer doesn't like that? You can do wired or wireless tethering to use as a phone setup? Yeah. Well, don't know if that works. The artist is Finnish, makes sense. Finished with what? Good question. So many Scandinavian friends here. That's awesome. That's how you used to stream digital, mirroring your iPad to PC? Yeah. The mirror method can be tricky. I don't know. I don't know exactly what mirror method means. I don't understand the different ways. For my digital streams, I have a capture card. I stream from this beast right here. Oh, you can even see like where my hand goes. One way is to use software that directly uses the device's camera, another is to mirror whatever is on the screen of the device. Ah, yes, okay, I see. It takes more brain power for the computer. Computer brain. Tablets have a tendency to get real shiny in the middle. Yes! Exactly. Shiny tablets. Why is this soundtrack so good? Some computers can't keep up as well. The device speed matters too. Yeah. Oh, I really like working on this. I really like not especially gear, but just like figuring out what works and what doesn't, and making new overlays and stuff. I really enjoy this aspect of streaming, the techie aspect. And I've already read that. I was gonna reread what you guys had just said. All right. Oof. Oof, oof. think like this green would be quite nice actually, just on its own. It's called ash green. Ash green. And I also have ash blue and ash rose, and there's an ash yellow as well, but I don't have it. I kind of bought these three colors on an impulse because they're convenient colors, but I was just like, ooh, shiny, you know? It's difficult to resist when it comes to art supplies. Oops. Right? Looks okay. Everyone in the art community loves to buy art supplies. Oh, it's so nice. a new tube of paint is always a treat. It's easy here because you don't get the acrylic gouache paints. Exactly. Can't buy it. You can't. Words. Words. Be tempted. There you go. Woo! Brain! That took a while there. It's you keep buying pens and you don't need more. It's fine. Treat yourself. I mean, one definitely doesn't need nice art supplies to make nice art, like we were saying before. But sometimes something new can kickstart something. You might be trying different techniques and opening up new horizons with different supplies. Something that I haven't tried because I'm lazy, it's paper cut. Not paper, like collage type thing. I haven't really tried doing that because I'm just like, don't have time for this. I don't have the patience to cut the little pieces of paper. I think I'm failing the prompt, guys. It doesn't look too scary, that swamp. You don't draw a lot on paper, but you do write everything, so pens are always useful. Nice. I don't have too many pens. I have a lot more pencils and... Actually, I think I own... Ramon Blast, hello! I think I own more paint tubes than pens. Hello, hello, how are you doing? Welcome. Hydrate. Yes. You're gonna go, but the... Oh, sorry. The picture is looking very pretty. You like how gloomy it is? Thank you, Lindashi. See you later. Oh, Starry Ink, thank you for the follow as well. Welcome, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Lindashi. Take care. Have a good night. How is everyone tonight? Or afternoon, or whatever time it is for you? It's lacking a lot of contrast in that area, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I think maybe it should be lighter. The skeleton. I think I'm spending too much time on this, you know. I know it hasn't even been that long, but I'm not used to spend so much time on a painting. Doing good. You're working when you finish some gouache practice? Nice! I love gouache, it's my favorite paint. If you guys are artists, by the way, you're very welcome to share your art with us, because I love meeting new people. You know what I think we should do? Becca, like from Becca in the Bear, she has a promo party stream redeem thing. And it's like, everyone share your links! You have 5 minutes, go! Type thing. And I think that's really fun. We should do something like that. You're becoming obsessed, you might have to invest in some nicer tubes soon. Ooh, Starry Ink. I don't know if... have you heard about our lord, acrylic gouache? It's not like traditional gouache, it's bleh. it's acrylic based paint, but it dries matte, and just the quality of the paint is wonderful, and I highly recommend. I know they're really expensive, but if you ever want to try some really good paints and burn a hole in your wallet, that's the way to go. You were streaming earlier, but OBS hates you. Let's see. What do you stream, Starry Ink? Let me have a quick peek. Starry Ink KK. Oh, US based. Nice. And so you stream ink stuff. Which makes sense. Ah, that's nice. That's lovely. I shall give you a follow. Usually art, sometimes games. Nice. Doing some screen caps for paints. Ah, cool. I have to try that. I've done some video game stuff. I did some Zelda studies a while ago, but I think I should do some movie stuff as well. Like movie screenshots. Cool. Thank you. Oh, no worries. You're very welcome. Thank you for dropping by, you know, and it's lovely to meet new people as always. Wink. Look okay. Ooh. Zoe! Hey, Chloe! How are you? Good evening. Why did I say afternoon? My style would work well in a Zelda game. Oh, well, thank you. This is a really big compliment. You love seeing other traditional artists streaming? I do a lot of stuff. Actually, Starry, I also do digital. Actually, we have to do some digital work soon because I have like a community piece we're working on, and I haven't worked too much on the piece itself. I need to do some more of that. But yeah, I also do some sculpting. Actually, maybe it's time now to open this mold. I think it's time. I think it's not wet anymore, so it should be okay to open. You're alright? Not long gone in from a swim? Ooh, nice. Nice. Put this a little bit larger so you can see what I'm doing. It's probably gonna be some black crumbs on the painting, but never mind. At least it's dry-ish. Well, actually, let me finish drying this before I open the thing. Right. As a matter of fact, Paint the Moment Starry also streams. You should give them a follow. Because they have... Well, they had 10 followers when I looked, but now it's 11 at least. Followed. Nice. Alright, let's see. Let's see, my little friend. How do you... What do you look like under there? I'm scared. I should put maybe a piece of paper on top. There. Oh, I hope that turned out okay. Fingers crossed. Zoe's having a baby. Let's see. No! No! I can't unsee it now! Yeah, there we go. A baby what? A baby axolotl pot. Dun, 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 dun. Isn't he cute? There's bubbles there. That's fine. There's bubbles there. There's always bubbles on that side. But that's fixable. Yeah. There's a bit of what's it called? Marbling going on here. But overall, that's not bad. That's adorable. Thank you. It's a little plant pot. This is an order that I just got through my shop today, and I didn't plan on doing this today really, but this is... I now have to do it, and I have to paint it and everything. I don't think I'll have time to paint it today though. I didn't realize that painting was gonna take that much time. That's adorable. Oh, thank you, Starry, thank you. Cool stone color too. Yeah, see, I can't... That's why, I don't know if you were here at the beginning of stream, but I was saying, those, when I cast them like this specific color, I do some white ones as well, but that gray color, I have to be super careful not to mix it too well, because I want those kind of like patterns, and they're kind of like the marbling color happening. Because if I stir it too much, if I mix the pigment too well, then it just looks like a gray color, and it's not very nice. Hey, Abli, good evening. Wait, isn't it like super late for you, Abli? Isn't it like 3 AM or something? So cute, thank you. Could look cool with a black ink wash and light gray dry brush. Oh, nice, that's true. But I'm gonna do, it's actually like blue and green color. So let me see if I can trim the bottom here. It's 2 AM, 2:14 AM to be precise. Oh my god. Time for bed, maybe? Don't you think it's time for bed? It's nice to see you though, but it's late. Go. I'll give it a proper sanding tomorrow, but it's always kind of easier to do it when it's fresh, because it carves better. 4.4k, almost halfway to my bug. You just ended your stream frustrated, so yeah, it's time for sleep. Oh, what happened, Abli? No. Frustrated for what? It's never nice when that happens. It doesn't happen to me very often, but sometimes when, for example, when a painting doesn't wanna doesn't work, or when something bad happens on stream, which happens very rarely. But I can understand. I'm sorry that you had a frustrating day. Oh. That's the thing as well with those dark colors, is that it's very annoying, because when you sand it or when you do anything with it, the color changes, and then you've got to buff it and all that stuff. So the white ones are definitely easier. Alright. Okay, not bad. I think I'll finish this tomorrow though. I'll take some time tomorrow morning to finish it, and hopefully I can take it to the post office before the end of the day, but we'll see. Ah. Let's see. Let me catch up on chat here. I've been a little bit absorbed in this. That's early. Good points. Do I do this full time, or do I have an IRL job? I do have an IRL job. I would love to do this full time. This is my life goal. It's, you know, it's very pompous and everything, but it really is my career goal to be able to do this full time. And you guys are making it happen. It's happening. It's happening, and every month I'm getting closer to it. But not yet. At the minute, I also work for Just Eat, and it's actually a pretty good job because it's work from home. Literally, my desk is on this side of the table. It's work from home, it's an easy job. Yeah, it's good. It's better money than minimum wage. Yeah, but you have to wake up early, like 9, to do some house chores and feed your chickens. Oh, chickens! Baby chicks just hatched 5 days ago, so they have to be kept fed. Oh, chickens! I want to see the chickens. Your bitrate kept falling every 2 minutes. Oh, no! Can you curse here? Yeah, you can, to a certain degree. We're all adults here. You just had to end your stream early because OBS kept dropping your connection, so oh no. Maybe it's a Twitch thing today. What resolution do you guys stream to? Because I stream in 1080p because most of the time, I'm saying most of the time, like maybe 4 times out of 5, Twitch grants me with the ability for viewers to change the resolution of the stream. But when you're just starting, it's better to start at 720p because you might not have that option. I just don't know how Twitch works, because sometimes I have, sometimes I don't. It's a mystery. Your Streamlabs have been doing that twice this week? Really? Oh no. When it happens for me, it's because of something. Usually, it's kind of like my fault. When it happens for me, it's usually when I'm doing something on the computer at the same time as streaming. My computer doesn't like that. I have too many things open already. Your bitrate was doing it so much you started calling them bitrates? Just kidding. No, bitrates. You can restart streaming in options. It's a random roll, more or less. Oh, really? Oh my god. Usually it takes 5 times max. Really? That's weird. Well, I've been getting it lately. Do I have it today? Are you guys seeing the options? You wish your old dinosaur PC would let you watch Twitch on 1080p. You're usually at 780 and sorry, 480 and 720. Right, okay. I got options. Yes. Think yours is doing it because the router is on the opposite end of the house for now? Ah, maybe. Could be. Can watch me in 1080p. Nice. You can see my face in high definition now that I have a better webcam. You need to go. Good night. Oh, bye bye, Abli. Take care and good luck with the chickens tomorrow. Same here. No worries, Starry. Thank you for dropping by. And I'll try and catch one of your streams one of these days. Good night, guys. Take care. I'm really happy about this guy. He's got some marbling going on, which is good. It's not 100% solid gray. Same here on the options. You're still lurking and painting. Ah, okay. I see. Do I have a dark green or something? That's the thing, right? When you're painting, you can choose whatever, literally whichever color you want. And the problem with pencils is that if you want a good array of colors, you need 10,000 pencils. So sometimes I'm stuck with my selection. But I don't need more pencils, you know what I mean? I just don't need more. How many bugs do I have in the cafe now? I have 5, I think, put in. And then in the queue there is 1, 2, 3. There's 3 more. Yeah. Anyone asked for a bee yet? Nope. You will be the first. Sorry. It's bad. No, but don't worry about it because we have 2 spiders already, so I'm not worried about that. You guys can pick the same bug twice. It's no problem. I'm sorry, Helvetica. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have done it. That swamp is not too scary. My nails match the painting. It's just I love blue and green. So but last like 2 weeks ago or so they were like brown colors. It's one thing I was really happy about when I left my other job. I worked at Subway for 5 years and I only switched jobs about 2 months ago. And I was the one, like, it's silly, but one of the things I was really excited about about having a desk job is an ability to actually keep nice nails. Because in Subway, that was impossible. 100% impossible. You've got Halloween nails at the moment? Nice! You know what I keep seeing lately? I really want to try, but I don't have a white nail polish. I really want to try, like... say this is a horribly drawn, like, say this is a nail, right? And then I keep seeing people do this and like have a dark color and then have a little like ghost. Oop, I don't know if you can see it from here, but like these little ghost shapes. So almost like a teardrop shape. And I think that's really cute. Kinda wanna try that. Can you show yours? Yeah, of course. Do you have I mean, you can post a link, but if you have the Discord, you can also go there if you want. I don't know if you're on there. But if you don't fancy joining yet another Discord, you know? Nice, thank you. Oh, that's so cool! The little ghost is adorable. God, your nails are so long. You think you are? Oh, maybe. Oh, I don't think I could keep nails that long. I don't know. I get frustrated when because they're very bendy. They're not very strong, so I get frustrated very easily. Fake nails, that's fine. I was even thinking about maybe like getting nail supplements, nail and hair supplements and stuff. But it's not guaranteed that it works. And like, I don't want my hair growing faster. I don't want my hair growing faster because then it means I have to diet more often. You have gel on top as yours are weak too. Ah, yes. Yes. I might try there's like builder gel you can put to have like an extra coat on top. You're in? You weren't? Yay! There's a, you might be really interested. There's a section called year reference pictures, and in that section people put images that they're okay to use for reference for painting. And there's animals, there's landscapes and stuff, and I think that would be interesting. You need to paint your nails. We've been meaning to do it for like a week now. Ooh, nice. What color would you paint your nails? Thanks, no problem. What, Sergeant? Oh boy. A nice dark grey color? Nice. What you mean? You had to skedaddle early on, but looks like it's really coming together. Oh, thank you. I'm happy you like it. Skedaddle. This is always so funny to me. I wonder even where it comes from, that expression. It's gotta come from somewhere. There's not enough contrast. It needs darker background. For sure. It's got that miasmic look, you know? You think so? Yay! I don't think I'll be finishing it today, though. Been spending too much time on it. And it's getting late. I mean, not as late as usual, because I started earlier today. This is so good, I love that track here. Alright, let's see. All these lands could be the next scenes for my bugs. Bugs. Bugs everywhere. Beetles. It's way more not detailed, but it's way more sort of like layered than what I usually do. And I'm happy about the colors so far. I'm really happy about the way it's looking, so let's see. The bit from Wiktionary. 19th century. I'm not gonna read all of that out loud, but I am gonna read it because that is a big bit. Scaddle. Nice. Don't narrate all that. it's a big bit, but we are learning about the origins of the word skedaddle, which I really like. I feel like there's a lot of American expressions that are sort of derived from other words because people didn't know how to spell it or how to read it. I mean, I'm saying American because that's the examples I've seen so far. There's probably a lot of other places where that happens. Oh, thank you, Ocean, for the host. It's fine, you'll just read it and hear my voice as the narrator anyway, really. The Scandinavian origin makes sense to you in light of immigration to the US from those demographics from those parts in the 1860s? Oh, really? I didn't know that. Often adapted, not just because they didn't know how to read it, a bit of rebellion, so to speak? You think so? Ah. So cute. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Do you know where that comes from? It's from the Patapon soundtrack. It's sort of spitballing though. It is fine. Spitballing is loud. That's why there's American English and UK English, two different languages, both legitimate. Yeah, like, but this is how language evolves anyway, right? People, it gets deformed through use, and that's really interesting. Deformed. You're gonna head to bed? You did 74 lengths in the pool, oh my god! Pain the moment, you must be so tired. Go to bed, and thank you for stopping by. Take care. Ooh, I'm getting tired as well, can you tell? I'm just like, eh. Have a good night, yes! Bye bye! Have an awesome stream, thank you! I don't think I'll be going for much longer. I just want to sort of fix the contrast issue that I'm having here, and then I think I'm gonna go and I'll put in all the details and stuff tomorrow. At some point tomorrow. Words and phrases get adapted, often to stand out, but sometimes because they just didn't want to pronounce them to the original way. Ooh. So really you're on the... You really think the rebellion thing is... It's horrible. Could be, yeah. Your native language also has lots of branches depending on where you are. Ooh! Ocean, where are you from? I probably already asked you that. I don't remember. I don't remember, I'm sorry. Whoops. Where are my tubes? The tubes that I need. This one and this one. There you go. Pretty common for sure. I love it. I love all the linguistic stuff. So interesting. It's probably something I could have studied if I didn't go into the art stuff. Area dialects, just like you keep telling people about NYC, mainly tend to think there's one general style of New Yorker lingo here. Ah. My bad typos, I can maybe guess. You're Spanish. Ah. You've been learning English for a while now and you have a mix of them in your heads. US, UK, Australian, etc. I can speak Spanish. Then the different phrases get brought to other parts of the same country. Yeah. Another language where things can vary so much because there are so many English-speaking Spanish-speaking countries. So between countries, especially accents. Accents are very different depending on the country. I know that I have some Canarian in my accent because the boyfriend is Canarian, so that's what comes. You know, that's what comes first. There you go. But no, honestly, Ocean, I didn't notice any typo or anything like that. I didn't notice anything. As far as I was concerned, you could have been English, you could have been from the US, you know. Yeah, I didn't notice anything. You're from South America, kind of Spanish? It's a whole mess. Ah, okay. Australian English is a good example. A few things are said differently there too. Mate! I love the New Zealand accent. I think it's really... It's got an interesting twang to it. And I cannot always pinpoint Australian English, but I can do it for New Zealand because it's very unique. Your English is great. You type it better than many raised speaking it. Very true. If she didn't tell me, I wouldn't have noticed. Okay, the spine is a whole mess there because I have no idea how spines work. I should probably do it from a picture. Because it just looks like a string of beads. It doesn't look good. Not at all. Ooh. Bit of a stretch there. You really like how this is coming out? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this is happening. Stuff is... it's a thing. It will be done tomorrow though. I don't think I have the patience to finish it today. People are too kind, and true New Zealand English has its own words for many things as well. Yeah. It's just the accent, I can tell now. Ooh. Oh wow. It is time for bed. Oh no. Let's see. Who can we rate today? Oops. We could rate Asher. Chan, Sandra, Octogear, Kizix. What's Asher doing? Portraits? Chan is playing Stream Raiders, I'm not sure. Octogear. I mean, we could go see Octogear. I was talking about them before, and they're from Norway. And it's beautiful, beautiful digital art. You guys are gonna love it. You've always wanted to learn French too, you're just lazy? French is hard. But for Spanish people it's easier than most other languages, I guess. I think Spanish and French are very, very similar in many ways. For you it's time for dinner. Woohoo! Enjoy your food! You still have 2 hours before dinner time. What time is it? It's 11 here almost. Octogear. Oops. Octogear. There we go. Alright, everyone. Have a lovely evening. I didn't get everything done that I wanted to do, but it's, you know, that's what it is. I'm always giving myself too much work. Almost 7 p.m. Awesome stream. Oh, thank you so much, Ocean. I'm so glad you like it. I'm really glad you like it. So I shall see you all on Saturday if everything goes well. And yeah, have a lovely rest of your day. Take care of yourselves. It's good to see the process, not just have it done. Ah, nice. Yeah, I feel the same as well. Alright, everyone. Bye-bye.